Hello everyone, bună ziua tuturor. First, let me thank the International Republican Association and to everyone involved in organizing this year's Moldova Youth Forum. One of the greatest privileges of my role as NATO Deputy Secretary General is engaging with young audiences. I remember being in Chisinau recently and engaging with university students and many of the young Moldovans in the Republic, but also all over Europe and also in North America. Today's session, as it suggests, you are our partners in peace. You are not only the beneficiaries, but also the drivers of a safer, fairer world that NATO was created to ensure 75 years ago. And by empowering the next generation, we are empowering you to create a better future for all of us. Today we live in a complex and dangerous world. Russia has brought brutal war back to Europe on a scale and scope we have not seen since the Second World War. China, Iran, North Korea are increasingly aligning to prop up Putin's war efforts. These regimes want to return to spheres of influence, where bullies dictate what others do and where the rules of force triumphs over the rule of law. Our own values and security are under pressure like never before. Authoritarian actors continue their hostile acts against NATO allies and our partners, including acts of violence, of sabotage, cyber attacks, disinformation, and interference in the democratic life of our partners. We are living through nothing short of a political earthquake, coupled with rapid social, economic, and technological transformations. And all of this is happening simultaneously, and all with serious impacts on our security, on our society, on our psychology. This requires all of us to play our part, and that's why conferences like the one you are all participating in give me so much hope. Today, the fight for freedom and democracy is being played out dramatically in Ukraine. And the time to stand up and be counted is now. This is why NATO allies have provided unprecedented support to Ukraine. It is why we will take important decisions at our Washington summit in less than 10 days from now to put that support on a more sustainable long-term footing. And it is why we still will stand with Ukraine and the people of Ukraine for as long as it takes in order to help them continue bravely defending their home. The Republic of Moldova has also responded resolutely, condemning Putin's brutal invasion, defending the rule-based international order, and indeed, demonstrating incredible compassion, solidarity with the Ukrainian people by hosting so many refugees. Because Moldovans understand, more than many, just what is at stake. Russian soldiers are still present on Moldova's soil against your government's wishes. And Moscow continues its hybrid campaign, including disinformation and attempts to destabilize your democracy, your society, and your economy. So at the time, we also need to strengthen our own defenses. NATO has put 500,000 troops on high readiness alert across the alliance. We are addressing new challenges like climate change, disruptive technologies, cyber and space. We are strengthening the eastern flank of NATO with the arrival of Finland and Sweden all the way to the Black Sea. We are spending more on defense. And this is not in order to provoke conflict, but to prevent it. Because investing in defense is an investment in our deterrence and in our freedom and our future. I have to applaud President Maia Sandu and the Moldovan government for more than doubling the defense spending, because this illusion that if you're neutral, you're safe is basically shattered. Neutrality doesn't mean that you have to be weak in terms of security. It has to be stronger than countries that are benefiting, like in NATO, of such a huge alliance, like 1 billion people with more than 50% of global GDP in the 32 nations that are part of NATO today. And this is why your country, you are the first country to sign a security defense partnership with the European Union in May. And I'm also very happy to see many bilateral agreements that the President and the Prime Minister and the government are signing with many of the EU member states and also many of the NATO allies. I'm delighted, sunt atât de fericit that the European Union opened accession negotiations with the Republic of Moldova this week. This is a huge step in the right direction. This is a chance for the Republic of Moldova and all your citizens, irrespective of the language you speak at home, of your political preferences. This is an immense chance for all of you to live in prosperity, in security, in freedom, in democracy. And of course, NATO continues to respect your constitutional neutrality and to support your territorial integrity and sovereignty within the internationally recognized borders of the Republic of Moldova. We fully support your efforts to fully integrate the EU, as I mentioned. The Republic of Moldova is a joint partner of both the EU and NATO. We try to create synergies on resilience, on assisting you. And this is something that we'll continue to do on a very, very active and sustained way. We also encourage and support your country to stay firmly on the path of reform, of security, of fighting corruption, that will bring prosperity in the end. And you know that you'll have a strong advocate in me and my colleagues, knowing how difficult and important this transformative period is for you. I call many times that the curse of geography could be finally basically dispelled. And I know that the place of you is with the free, democratic, and prosperous Europe. I've spent most of my adult life working hard to making sure that my home country of Romania and our neighbors in our region can take their rightful place in the family of free democracies in Europe, where they belong, you belong, all of us do belong. Because I've seen the power it has to transform people's lives and to change countries' trajectories. Just look at me, a boy that grew playing football in the streets of Bucharest in communist Romania. And today, because we believed in our direction towards democratic West, I sit alongside our Secretary General at the helm of the most successful alliance in history. So the choice you make today in these months will be defining for the future of your country for many generations to come. Moldova does not only look towards the West and the partnership with NATO. You're not seeking NATO membership. We fully recognize that. But we are the best in the world in terms of transforming your militaries and making sure that you are strong and be able to defend your citizens and your security. We have almost 30 years of cooperation, partnership between the NATO and the Republic of Moldova. We are very proud of that. We are now renewing our partnership. You've been exceptionally useful, and we respect the fact that you deployed troops as part of our peacekeeping missions in Kosovo for many years, helping us maintain peace not only in your part of Europe, but also in the Western Balkans, because the Black Sea and the Western Balkans are two regions of strategic importance to us. We do joint exercises. We help improve Moldova's ability to deal effectively with man-made or natural disasters. We have helped Moldova destroy hazardous pesticides. We developed a cyber defense lab at the Technical University of Moldova and a cyber response team within the Moldovan Armed Forces. And we provided millions of euros of support during the COVID pandemic for ventilators, protective clothing, and other medical equipment. Last year, NATO allies agreed a further substantial package to help strengthen Moldova's defense capabilities, your resilience, defense and security institutions even further. And we'll continue to help the Republic of Moldova building better cyber defenses, strategic communications, training and logistics, and cooperate through our Science for Peace and Security program. I'm very proud of my colleagues in the NATO Liaison Office in Chișinău. That's a wonderful team. I encourage you to work closely with them. They're top professionals, and they will be at your disposal in order to strengthen our partnership, including by reaching out to young people, visiting universities, and conducting open days as our NATO Liaison Office is your disposal. 100 students from all over the country recently visited allied ambassadors in our team in Chișinău to find out more about NATO and also how we should really better communicate, the reality about NATO. There's a lot of propaganda and fake news describing NATO as an aggressive organization. We are just a defensive organization. We are not seeking war. We are trying to ensure peace. And we are the ones who have proven for the last 75 years that on NATO soil there's not been a war. And that's something we are very proud. And we want to make sure that also our neighbors and our partners will benefit from this security. I would like also to thank Michaela, the head of the NATO Liaison Office, Simona, our political officer. I know they will be speaking on the panel just after me, and also the NATO team there, and also for everyone helping our work together in Chisinau and beyond. So, ladies and gentlemen, I said at the start of my speech that you, the next generation, are our partners in peace. But let us not forget that peace is not something that just happens. It is people that make it happen. It's us today, you, the leaders of tomorrow. And our hope is for you to be the leaders for a better tomorrow, with the Republic of Moldova choosing freely its future, strengthening its partnership with NATO, becoming a full member of the European Union, and basically providing peace, security, and prosperity, and democracy and freedom for all of your citizens. And as you know, you have in me a friend that is committed to defending freedom and democracy with every ounce of my being and my energy. I know we have a new generation of partners in peace that will continue to invest in the Republic of Moldova and our shared security. So thank you so very much. Wish you a successful Moldova Youth Summit. Do come and support the referendum for EU accession. I know this is a more political season, also in the Republic of Moldova. We also have many elections in Romania, we have in America, all over the place, in the UK, in France. But I'm just saying that as a friend, the Republic of Moldova and a true ally for a democratic European future, this is a chance that comes twice every century. Don't miss it. Make you, as young ones, the difference for the future of your country and for the future of Europe.